7 Mr. Olympia titles, one step away from history. By 2004, Ronnie Coleman had already conquered bodybuilding, but keeping the crown would be harder than winning it. A special challenge round brought the challengers face to face with the king. Cutler was getting closer. Gustavo Badell was rising. Markus Rühl was bringing unbelievable mass to the Olympia stage, and by 2005, the pressure was even greater. Fans around the world were asking the same question: could Ronnie Coleman win an 8th Sandow and tie Lee Haney's legendary record? Or was a new king about to take the throne? The final years of Ronnie's reign were about to become his most difficult battle. In 2004, the Mr. Olympia introduced something fans had never seen before: the challenge round. For the first time, the king would be forced to stand face to face with his challengers, and Ronnie Coleman was about to be tested by some of the biggest names in bodybuilding. First came Günther Schlierkamp, the giant German powerhouse who had become famous for his incredible size and commanding stage presence. The crowd watched closely, but Ronnie held his ground. Then came Markus Rühl, a true mass monster, one of the biggest physiques ever to step onto an Olympia stage. The fans erupted as two giants stood side by side, yet Ronnie remained unfazed. Next was Gustavo Badell, one of the fastest rising stars in bodybuilding, hungry, confident, and determined to prove he belonged among the elite. But the king was not ready to surrender his throne. Then came Dexter Jackson, smaller than many of the mass monsters around him, but known for his balance, shape, and razor-sharp conditioning. The future was standing in front of Ronnie Coleman, but the present still belonged to the champion. And finally, Cutler, the man many believed could eventually end Ronnie's reign. The arena came alive. The rivalry was real. The pressure was enormous. But when the comparisons were over, Ronnie Coleman had answered every challenge. The king survived the challenge round, and by the end of the night, he claimed his 7th consecutive Mr. Olympia title. History was now only one victory away. 1 year later, Ronnie Coleman returned to the Olympia stage with history within reach. Consecutive titles already belonged to him. Now, only one victory separated him from Lee Haney's legendary record of 8 Sandow trophies. But the road to history would not be easy. Cutler returned stronger than ever. For years, he had chased Ronnie Coleman. Year after year, he had come closer, and many fans believed that 2005 might finally be the year of a new champion. Gustavo Badell continued proving that he belonged among bodybuilding's elite. Günther Schlierkamp once again brought incredible size and power to the Olympia stage, and a young Victor Martinez announced himself as one of the future stars of bodybuilding. The competition was stronger, the pressure was greater, and the expectations had never been higher. As the comparisons unfolded, the spotlight remained fixed on Ronnie Coleman and Cutler, the reigning king, and the challenger determined to replace him. The crowd watched, the judges deliberated, and bodybuilding waited for its answer. Then came the final announcement. Ronnie Coleman was still Mr. Olympia. Consecutive titles, Sandow trophies, a record tied from a 9th place finish in 1997 to 8 Mr. Olympia victories. Ronnie Coleman had completed one of the greatest journeys in bodybuilding history. The King of Mass had reached the summit, and his legacy was now forever secured among the immortals of the sport.